As you come down in RPMs and you go to the next gear, if you're just on the brakes and you're just on the clutch, yes, it will probably go in, but then when you release the clutch, your RPMs have to come up, because as soon as you push the clutch in, what's going to happen? Your RPMs are going to go down to idle. Hey guys, welcome back to the JPM Performance channel. Today we have the F Production Miata, the brand new one, on the dyno. What we're going to talk about today is how to properly heel and toe shift a synchronized transmission. Why is this important? In a dog ring transmission, if you watched my other video, you can see that there were dogs that immediately engaged themselves. With a synchronized transmission, there's a synchronizer. And while it does help the shift hub engage the gear, there's a synchronizer in between there, usually made out of brass, that helps smooth the transition into gear. Well, when you're on the racetrack and you're in a heavy brake zone, as you come down in RPMs and you go to the next gear, if you're just on the brakes and you're just on the clutch, yes, it will probably go in, but then when you release the clutch, your RPMs have to come up, because as soon as you push the clutch in, what's going to happen? Your RPMs are going to go down to idle. So by blipping the throttle while we're on the brakes, we can then bring the revs up to match the next gear down. This is much more efficient. It's also much easier on your transmission. So this particular car has a stock transmission with a Quaife close ratio gear set inside of it. So yes, it is still a close ratio transmission. However, we still need to heel and toe. Much like if we have our dog ring transmission and we're on the brakes with our left foot and we're blipping the throttle with our right foot, now the right foot has to do both the brakes and the gas, because our left foot now can't necessarily be on the brakes, it needs to be using the clutch. So that's what I'm going to show you today, how to shift a synchronized transmission properly. Let's get started. simple fact of in fifth gear at 6,000 RPMs, if I'm going down to fourth gear, I need to raise the RPMs up to about 7,000 RPMs if I was going to go into fourth gear. Now normally, when you're on the racetrack, it's a little hard to do on the dyno, but on the racetrack, you're hard on the brakes, you're flipping the throttle, flipping the clutch, and doing it all kind of at once. So in some ways, the balance of a synchronized transmission is a little tougher than just having 2 feet on the pedals like you would with a dog brake transmission. So the other important thing is, and you can see I've got my work boots on, which actually makes it a little bit easier to balance between the brake pedal and the gas pedal. When you are wearing your racing shoes, the next thing that you need to think about is how close together your brake and your gas are. And also, if my brake pedal is normally here, if I'm pushing on the brake pedal, how low is it going so that I can flip on that gas pedal? There's a balance of height, distance, and timing. And it can be tricky and it takes some practice, but if you get out there on the track and you find yourself having some trouble, just slow the car down, get back into a gear. The worst thing that you can do is force a synchronized transmission into gear. You'll hear grinding similar to the dog brake transmission. You don't want to hear that. So it's a very fine line between being able to match the gears as well as threshold braking at the same time. It certainly can be done. It's also why a lot of guys go to dog brake transmissions, but then I have customers that can't deal with dog brake transmissions and do better with a synchronized transmission. So they both can be very fast on the racetrack. I've won championships with both of them, and it's all about what you get used to. So I hope this video has helped you a little bit with how to heel and tow the synchronized transmission in a race car. Hope you guys are having a great week. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.